Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. My name is Jovan and I'm the administrator of the Sims community website, and today I'm going to be talking all about the Sims 4 Eco Lifestyle. This expansion pack has gotten so many mixed reviews in the simming community so far. So Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, the Sims forums, all of the social media platforms have been bursting in flames ever since this expansion pack has been announced. And I do understand why at some point, because in the reveal trailer that they've done for this pack, they've shown off a lot of cool things, but there's also plenty of recycled animations that you can spot. So for example, in this frame over here, you can see a similar item that we have gotten with the Sims 4 Strangerville game pack, where she is collecting pollution from the air and suddenly making the whole neighborhood cleaner. Now, I do understand that this is gonna be working entirely different in the game, and they do have to yet reveal how that's gonna function, you know, to clean the entire world around you and make it better. But before I dive deeper into the specifics into all of that, I want to read the official blog post that explains more of the Sims 4 Eco Lifestyle's gameplay and what it has to offer. So the first feature that they've listed is change the world. In Evergreen Harbor, every action you take and decision you make influences the state of the world around you. This makes me quite suspicious, because is this pack gonna be focusing solely on Evergreen Harbor, or are we gonna have some impact later on in previous worlds that we have with the base game and the packs that we have gotten along the way? The cleaner Evergreen Harbor gets, the more you'll see nature thriving. You determine whether the skies are smoggy or clear enough to see the Aurora Borealis glimmering above. Let garbage pile up on the streets of your neighborhood, or clean it up to create lush green walking paths in town. It's up to you. Now, because of this description of the pack, I have seen a lot of comments on Twitter saying, oh, so this expansion pack is all about trash. I mean, in some ways it's true, but in many ways it's false, because it has a lot more complex gameplay from what I could see so far. But let's continue with the description. Upgrade your home. New updates in Build By encourage going green too. For the first time, you can offset your bills with wind turbines, solar panels, and dew collectors. Reduce your eco footprint and invest in a living rooftop for a splash of bright color. Inside, choose between gorgeous new furniture, which has been sustainably made, of course, or upcycle someone else's junk into beautiful items. So this is the type of gameplay that I've seen simmers want a few years ago, and even before the pack has been announced. So there was a lot of feedback regarding that. The Sims 4 has plenty of these beautiful, luxurious items in the game, but there's not a lot of grungy items that you can place down in build mode and use it for your residential lot. So a lot of things are high-end. That criticism surfaced especially with the Sims 4 Get Famous expansion pack, where everything was high-end and expensive. And with this, not only do you get the affordable items, you have to craft them yourselves and earn money from it. So that's definitely an interesting approach. But moving on, make or break it. Speaking of reclaiming and repurposing things, why don't you check out a new job as a maker? As you go around town, keep an eye out for collectibles and materials for your next project. Brave Sims might try dumpster diving for resources like dyes, bits and pieces, and ingredients, as long as they don't mind the smell. Choose the freelance crafter career to fill mail and internet orders for your candles, fizzy juices, upcycled objects, and more. Or try to encourage your neighbors to vote for a community maker space where you can all craft together. Now, in this description, they've stated a lot of things. So there's a brand new career. In the press release, the official press release that they have released by EA, they have stated that there are two new careers. So there is a new career called Civil Designer, which inspires others to give back to the environment. Or you have the freelance crafter career that has been mentioned in this blog post, where you can, you know, make candles, fizzy juices, upcycled objects, and more. So two careers so far have been confirmed for this pack, which do sound interesting. The thing that they mentioned about internet orders in the description sounds interesting, because it would tie along great with the upcoming Sims 4 Nifty Knitting Stuff Pack. I know that it sucks when you have to have a lot of packs that altogether tie into this huge gameplay project, but it seems that this type of gameplay does indeed fit into the Sims 4 eco lifestyle. Of course, like I mentioned in the beginning, there's a lot of criticism that I have to mention, but let's continue with the description. Use your voice. Unused community spaces are going to waste, literally, as a dump. Rally your neighbors to decide how to use it. To get that maker space, you're going to need support. Want a shared planning space with vertical gardens instead? Vote for it. Every week, you can join your new community in voting for a neighborhood action plan. Transform the shared lot, promote the performing arts, suggest a weekly workout, demand an upcycling initiative, or explore the many other options on the board. Just know that you can end up wearing a paper bag on your head if things go sideways. So this is not gonna be the regular linear gameplay that we have seen with the Sims 4 Strangerville game pack, where after you complete the story, that's it. Strangerville has been saved and you can continue playing the game like nothing has ever happened. What they said with this description, basically, things can go sideways and you can go back to the original state of your world if you don't take care of the environment. Now, I do love that type of challenging gameplay where you have to balance things out throughout the entire game, and where you have to be very careful about your actions and what you do and choose to do in the game. So that seems interesting. Also, community gatherings and neighborhood action plans. What they mentioned over here, you have this shared lot and you promote a lot of different hobbies and areas, such as, you know, selling recycled items, workouts, performing arts, and a lot more that has yet to be revealed. Now, I've seen on Twitter actually regarding this specific feature in the game, and what they've said about it is that this is going to be something available for all the worlds in The Sims 4. So the new community spaces lot can absolutely be set in other worlds. We'll talk more about it in Sim Guru George's live stream for Eco Lifestyle. What I want to know about this is, are community spaces a main factor that affect the overall ecosystem in the game? So if we have a community spaces lot in a specific world, let's say San Myshuno, and things go sideways on that lot and the people do not do a lot of initiatives and stuff like that, is the world of San Myshuno gonna get grungier and dirtier? And is smog actually gonna appear in San Myshuno? Because that would be really cool if it does, and it would feel like an actual expansion pack and not, you know, something that's exclusive to the new world of Evergreen Harbor. Because if a lot of gameplay is attached to Evergreen Harbor, this is gonna be another city living expansion pack, another island living expansion pack where you can only go diving and swimming in Sulani, or even some of the game packs that we have gotten, such as The Sims 4 Strangerville, where the only story narrative that you have is focused in that one world. If the whole ecosystem gameplay is attached just to Evergreen Harbor, I'm sorry, but this is only an oversized game pack and that's it. But if they do affect other worlds as well and the gameplay of other worlds, because, you know, as a simmer who mostly just does gameplay, I don't only play in new worlds. I play with all the worlds. I like traveling. I like interfering with other households from other surroundings and traveling to those lots, because we do not have enough space in just one world. So I think you guys know what I mean by saying that. And so if ecosystem is a type of gameplay such as weather that we have with the Sims 4 Seasons, then I'm all for it. Now, when it comes to the general reception of the Sims 4 Eco Lifestyle by the community, well, you can see by yourself that the results are very clear. This expansion pack is basically the equivalent of My First Pet Stuff Pack in many ways, at least when it comes to community reception, meaning that it's very controversial. It's maybe the second most controversial pack that we have gotten for The Sims 4, right next to My First Pet Stuff Pack, but My First Pet Stuff Pack is mostly controversial because it relies on another pack, and that's just a whole different story. The problem that most people have with The Sims 4 Eco Lifestyle, myself as well, is the fact that a pack pack like this was never announced or released in the Sims franchise, and people have nothing to compare it to. So it's not your regular cats and dogs expansion pack or seasons, so let's compare all of those elements to the previous Sims installments and see how it ties up all together. No, this is something that's completely never been done before in the Sims franchise, and I gotta give it to the Sims team for their bravery for putting out a pack like this, because it could bring challenging gameplay if they do it right. So living entirely off the grid, creating your own space from scratch, and doing so by saving energy and water and reducing your bills and all stuff like that, it could be an interesting type of gameplay if they present it right, if they even have the right user interface elements on it, and not just like, oh, I have to hover over this item to see how much water I've collected so I can know how much I've spent. No. I want to see more presentable user interface where it showcases how much electricity I have spent, how much water I have spent, and not just, okay, my bills are gonna get reduced. No, 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 no. I want full water and electricity meters in the user interface. Now that would be really cool if they do so. But, of course, this has just been, you know, newly announced, and I think that they've done the announcement wrong, considering that this is a first pack that focuses on eco lifestyle in general. They should have done a gameplay reveal first. They should have went all in and explained how does gameplay function, how hard it is to play this game, especially in the world of Evergreen Harbor, and how it affects other worlds as well. If they've done something like that from the get-go, I think that the reception of this pack would be much better, because I know that this is something that Simmers have been wanting, especially since that community stuff pack survey in 2017, where most of the features have been listed, and people said, oh, but we can get all of this maybe in an expansion pack, and a lot of people suggested that. I also understand people who wanted more generational gameplay, because I think that there's still a lot of things that need to be done in The Sims 4 first. So we want to see teens and others being completely different from young adults and adults, because right now they're still pretty much the same, you know, except that teens go to high school and others are just one day away from, you know, dying. But except for that, I think this expansion pack could be interesting, but they should have revealed it better, and they should have been more clear about its goals. So the pack is coming out on June 5th for consoles and PC. It's all happening on the same day, and until then we're gonna get a live stream, we're gonna get a deep dive gameplay feature, and Sim Gurus are gonna be very active about it on their social networks, and we're gonna be posting all about that on simscommunity.info. Now, the opinions that I have shared right now could change eventually as we progress with the information and the reveals that they're going to be getting throughout the next few days. So stay tuned for that, because I'm pretty sure that my opinion's not gonna stay the same for this pack after we get more info, and it could get much worse or much better, because right now I'm somewhere in between. So let me guys know what you think about this expansion pack so far in the comment section down below. Like this video if you enjoyed all of the information that I've shared so far, and subscribe to this channel for all the latest news and updates on the Sims 4 Eco Lifestyle and other Sims games as well. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye!